What's up, guys? It's Russo and Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports, and we've got another Prize Picks video for you. And we are going to try to get our crew back in the green. We know it's been a rough couple of days. We've been hearing about it from everybody. But we feel good about this next set of picks we've got. And if you're new to our channel and you've never tried Prize Picks, use our promo code. They'll double your first deposit up to $100. And subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, and we will keep you updated if picks change. We'll let you know when we drop fresh picks in our Discord. And go ahead and check out our Discord sometime. We're having a lot of fun. Shout out to all of our members. We're just really having a blast talking sports, and it's just a cool atmosphere over there. So you should definitely check it out. All right, so let's start with a recap, because we did not have a good day, unfortunately. Our last picks, we had some close calls, but we had Jalen Suggs over on 12.5 points. He only went for 10. He shot terribly. Like, I know he left the game, but I think I don't even want to pull up the numbers, but I know it was bad. I think it was something like 3 for 13 or something. Like, so he still got like over 30 minutes, I think. So I know he left the game and dealt with something, but he just didn't show up. We needed 3 more points from him, so we fell just short. We had talked, we saw some comments, and we were all kind of like, why is Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter Jr.'s lines so low? Those look like they're going to hit. Maybe it's a trap. Turns out it was. I mean, you just never know how a game's going to play out, but neither of them hit. Aaron Gordon went for 5 rebounds. He needed 8 to cash. Michael Porter Jr. went for 5 rebounds. He needed 8 to cash. So that didn't work out. Bam Adebayo, he was really close. Just fell short. Like, Jordy, your picks, 1 cashed and the other 2 were very close. I don't know if you have anything to say about those, because I know that you were following your picks a little closer.
Yeah, it was pretty frustrating. It was with Mikal Bridges, it was a lack of research on my end. I didn't realize Cam Johnson was coming back tonight, and he was super dominant. He was flying around. He looked super healthy. So Mikal still could have hit this. He had 2 rebound opportunities that he kind of just lost grip of, so he could have gotten it there, but I'm not trying to make excuses on that one. That was just my bad. Didn't realize Cam was back. Bam missed 2 wide open dunks, so I'm a little salty with him right now because he should have hit. And Russ, he crushed this. In like the first quarter, he had like 4 rebounds, and then he got his last 2 over the course of the game. So
yeah, and this is just the way it goes when you're betting. It's like we do our best. This is our first look at the board, and we throw out picks, and we threw out picks in our Discord. They didn't all hit either. It was a weird day. But we did have a few that cashed that weren't really on a lot of people's radars, I think. Like, maybe they were, but like Duncan Robinson over PRA, like that one I was stoked on. We took Evan Turner under on his rebounds. And yeah, a lot of things had to happen, including him getting into big foul trouble and sitting, playing less minutes and whatnot. But we had a few work out in our Discord. But honestly, even for our Discord, it was just a rough day. And we were all just in there sweating it out and kind of, keeping each other's vibes up when we coming off of a 4-game slate that we hated. And then we just were so anticipating this slate. And then we just didn't do that great. But I feel good about these. Jordy and I had a chance to kind of just reflect a little bit, because we're just telling you what we're getting into. You can't come to our channel and just, like, you need to do your own research too, but we're here to help. We're here to tell you why we like these picks, but it's not a guarantee. Nothing's ever a guarantee. So we still didn't have a good time watching all these props not hit today. So we decided to wait later, like we used to in our earlier videos, wait till the board fills out a little bit more, and actually just be a little more careful with what we're doing. Make sure we're going through all of our process and checking odds, checking everything, double checking everything.
Yeah.
So we feel good about this round of picks for you guys.
And
So
just real quick, believe it or not,
yeah,
we're losing too, guys. We're not just throwing you picks to let you sink alone. Like we want to win as well. We play just as much as you guys, and it's not
yeah.
like we're just throwing you dirt and putting gems in our Discord. Like no, like we're trying to give you the best value we can with all of these picks. And you know, the way they go is just the way they go sometimes. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Oh yeah, and talk to all of our members of our Discord. They saw me chasing all night. Like
Yeah.
the more these picks weren't hitting, I just kept adding. Like, here's what I'm going with next.
Yeah.
I let people know, like, this is just me chasing, having some fun, trying to break even on the night. I had a couple small slips, hedge, and get me caught back up. But you know what? You can't take this stuff so seriously. You shouldn't be betting the house on picks that you're finding from people that are on YouTube talking to you. Like, like have fun with it. But if you're over, betting, you can't come back and be upset about it, because that's on you. That's not on us.
Yep.
Like, you got to be smart with your money too. And it's really just all about entertainment at the end of the day. But we're happy you're here, and I'm feeling much better about it. So let's get into these. We've talked long enough.
Right.
All right. So to get us started, actually, if you give me a minute, we already have these locked in. So I'm going to pull them up so I can kind of reference in the order that we've got them. Okay. So I got a points prop to get us started. I'm going with Pablo Banchero. I like his over on points. 19 and a half. He's been pretty close to this, averaging 21.8. Actually, let's start with the over under. I always forget to start there. So for this game, where am I missing it? Okay. So we got a 216 over under, with the Bulls favored by just 2 points. So not a super high scoring game, but not a snoozer, and not really a big risk of blowout because only a 2-point spread there. And if you look at what he's been doing, he's averaging great minutes, 35.8, so just under 36 minutes, just under 22 points a game, 7.6 rebounds, 5.6 assists. So he's playing well, but I really like his points in this one. I think it's going to be a close game. And again, I love those minutes, and he's attacking the basket. And if you look, I think it was, he's also averaging almost 6 free throw attempts a game, and he's cashing 4 of those, like on the season, and definitely in these last 5 games. So he's like really getting in there, getting to the foul line, doing a lot of scoring, which I like. And if we look at what Chicago is allowing to small forwards, they're actually allowing them to score a lot, 24 points on average, shooting almost 50% from the field. So I like his odds to go over there. And so does Vegas. This one, they actually have the over at -125. So I like that confirmation there that they're seeing what I'm seeing on that one. And so we're going to take him for the over. And my next pick is in a game that I'm really excited to get a lot of pieces in. I know Jordan is too. But we're going to be targeting a little bit of this Mavericks Wizards game, because we have like a massive 243 over under with a 5.5 point spread favoring the Mavericks. And it's a little bit like this game could turn into a blowout, but the Wizards are hard to gauge right now because a lot of times they look really bad, but I think some of it is coming down to the coaching. Like the minutes are kind of weird and whatnot, but if you're watching them, they can really score the ball, and they're a fast-paced team. When they get into their groove, like they can put a lot of points on the board, which is why this over-under is probably so high. And so my first pick from that game is actually going to be a Dallas prop. I like Derek Lively to go over 6.5 rebounds. He was dealing with a little bit of an illness, and so they were kind of like working his minutes back in. He's a rookie, and they were talking in the offseason about potentially bringing in a veteran because Luka really just needs that center position covered. Like he was kind of frustrated in the offseason because they haven't had a good center. Like we've been talking for like years about like, why is Powell their starting center? There's nothing special about him. And, they didn't end up getting, I think they were looking at DeAndre Ayton and Clint Capella, and they didn't end up landing the veteran, but they really liked this Derek Lively kid. And so without them going, acquiring like a veteran big, they kind of like just are testing the waters more with Derek. And he's not getting crazy minutes. He's averaging about just under 25 minutes a game. But he's averaging 6.8 boards. This is a little bit skewed because he's had some games where it just was getting a little out of hand. He wasn't really getting a whole lot of time, and he didn't take down that many boards, so it brought his average down. But he's had some big games. He had a game where he had 14 boards. His last game, he had 19 boards. And if we look at what Washington is allowing to centers, they're allowing almost 18 boards a game to the center position. That's the highest I've seen since we've been doing this research with this channel. They're also allowing them to score almost 30 points a game. So a lot of points in the paint. And Luka has been really enjoying having a big there. So I was looking at his points and rebounds originally, but the combination of the two just wasn't as juicy as this low line of 6.5 rebounds. And if we look at what the Vegas odds are on this one's actually set at minus 130. So we got the juice there. We've got the narrative there. We've got the high scoring game. So probably going to be somewhat close. And I think he's going to get maybe his most minutes of the season. And I think just 7 boards is not going to be difficult for him to hit. And then my last pick is going to be in that same game. And I'm going to go points rebounds for Kyle Kuzma here. He's their leading man. He's getting the most minutes of anyone on the team. He's averaging 25 and a half points a game, 5.5 rebounds a game. And if we look at what Dallas is, allowing against power forwards, they're allowing 24.5 points per game and 10.3 rebounds per game. So I think in this like massive game, as long as the coach doesn't get weird with the minutes again and like, bench the team when they've got a decent lead, I feel really good about this. And this one is 125 on the books. So these all check out as far as the narrative, the indicators we look for, but it also checks out with the odds. And, we kind of went through a stage where we were seeing stuff on the board that we liked and the odds weren't there. And we were like, we're going to roll with it because we've been watching these games and they were cashing. But we also don't want to ignore the odds because they do see a lot of things that we don't see. So in this case, we see all the indicators and the odds are there. So I feel way better about these picks than I did in the picks in the last couple of days. So that's it for my 3. What do you got, Jordy?
Yeah, man. So for me, I'm going to start out with a points prop. Now, like he said, we really tried to find some really good odds tonight and some really good matchups. And I really like this one. I'm going to take Jakob Poeltl for over 11.5 points. This is a minus 130 to go over. Jakob Poeltl's averaged 12.6 points a game, 7.4 rebounds, and he's averaging kind of low minutes for what we like. It's 25.3. But if you look at when he plays the Bucks, he does play higher minutes. He plays 30. This was a blowout game that he barely played in. But he's been fantastic. And the reason I did the last 4 games is because that's when he started getting starting minutes. So I'm not trying to skew the odds here. This is what he's been doing since he's been getting starting minutes. So yeah, it looks like he plays 30 minutes against the Bucks on average. So last time he played them, he went for 14. I think he can get this done for us. So liking this for the over. The Bucks are giving up 20 points to centers this year, so it's a decent matchup. And then for my next one, I'm gonna take Tyus Jones for under his assists. He's just not been getting good minutes. If we look at what he's been doing in the last 7 games, he's averaging 26 minutes and only 4.4 assists a game. There is some games where he's come in and just been dishing the ball, and Washington's got a lot of shooters. So, I mean, sometimes he's just throwing the ball around because he's not a great scorer, and they're just hitting everything. But it's very unlikely that he hits this. This is a minus 140. This is super juiced when it comes to Vegas. He's not getting a lot of minutes, and I'm not really worried about him going over this at all. This is such a high line for him. I don't really know why it's set so high, but we're going to take it. So, you know, we love good odds around here, so let's do that. And then for my last pick, I'm going with another points prop. I'm going with Evan Mobley to go over 15.5 points. Evan Mobley's been great. He's been pretty consistent at where his points are. They've said it kind of right at his line, but that's okay. You know, in the last 5 games, he's done 16.8, so just almost 17 points. But if we look at what he's been doing this year, he's been great. You know, in the last 3 games, 22, 19, 16. So I think he's finding his confidence, and he's really been amazing with this little like floater hook shot deal. So I've been loving watching him. And if we look at what Portland's giving up to centers, they were giving up the 4th most points to centers a game at 25.6. So basically 26 points. And the last time he played a team giving up that many points was the Pacers, and he went for 33 against them. So, you know, this game does have some blowout potential, I will say that. But I think part of that blowout potential is what they're giving up to centers and shooting forwards or small forwards. So, you know, it's a minus 9.5 favorite. So there is blowout potential. I'm just warning you now. And but I think he can get this done for us. So I'm really feeling these picks, man. I feel like we're on to something this time.
Yeah, me too. And we're going to keep the same process with the picks we drop in our Discord tomorrow. You know, this is still the beginning of the season. It's been so fun, especially with this in-season tournament. The competition has been very different at the front, you know, beginning of the season than it is in years past.
Definitely.
It's been a lot of fun. Yeah. So I also want to shout out Skywalker DFS came over and said hi to us, and I like that guy's show, and I just appreciated him reaching out. And he's just got really cool vibes on his channel. I like his perspective on life and whatnot.
For sure.
And also shout out to the dude that said that you look like the guy that escaped from the mental hospital.
Yeah, I guess.
When he said that, I was like trying to place it, and I looked it up, and I just started cracking up. But yeah, good call, man. That was that's a pretty good call.
That's a good one.
Also, shout out to all of our Hall of Famers and our All Stars, our pros, all of our family over at our Discord. We love you guys. And yeah, everybody that's new to the channel, we appreciate you. Subscribe to the channel. We look forward to doing this more with you, and enjoy the slate tomorrow, guys.
Good luck, boys.